Steve. I'm here in Sydney, Australia. I'll just show you the Opera House. So many people are lining up because they're going to see the fireworks at the bridge. You can see it. Feeling incredibly blessed to be here to start 2018, actually in the country that I was born in. And so I'm like back to my roots. And so I'm making my annual video every year for the last 6 years now. On Christmas Day, I choose a word that I would like to umbrella the new year to come. And what I have found when I first started doing this was that my entire year actually organized itself around this one word. Either opportunities came my way for me to be the word that I chose, or that word supported me in my year. So I usually try to choose something that really resonates with my heart, that is like an anchor to support me in the year to come, or it's something that I'm aspiring to or wanting to become and step into, and it works. It is like real magic, and I have watched this every year come true. And the first word that I chose was bold. Remember, I wanted to be bold, and then I wanted to be present. Oh no, brilliant. Brilliant. I was just thinking about the first video blog I ever made, and I talked about being present. Brilliant. And seen. I chose truth, and I chose grace. And this year I chose Priestess, and this year like kicked my butt. This year was like one of the hardest years I've ever had in my entire life, and I know I'm not alone in this. I know this year has been like crazy hard and intense and deep for so many of us here. And I sit before you today very, I feel vulnerable, I feel humble, I feel heartbroken, I feel raw, and I feel like I got served. And I'm leaving this year, I'm leaving 2017 in just like this place of really looking at myself and looking at the areas that I'm not so proud of. And also, you know, experiencing heartbreak and pain and sadness and, you know, just a lot, just loss and endings. And what a perfect time to experience endings and giving way to a new year, a new beginning. And we also have a supermoon on the 1st, so it's, you know, if you're experiencing like loss and sadness and suffering and confusion and pain, you know, one thing I've learned this year that has been so powerful and still a practice of mine is to just fully feel everything, fully feel all the feelings, so they just process through the body. And I'm finding it's making me stronger. My capacity to handle emotion and intense emotion is getting stronger. And when I think of the Priestess, you know, man, like the Priestess is all about truth, like truth. So anything that I was being or doing that wasn't fully in alignment with my truth, I've had to see it. I've had to look at it and see it. And the Priestess is all about love. The Priestess supported me in being able to look at my shadows and transform them into, you know, silver linings, and seeing the grace, and in being able to experience the pain and the discomfort of looking at parts of yourself you just don't like. And I also experienced a lot the power of acceptance. You know, acceptance is a hard one for me, especially maybe for you too, like accepting things are as they are when I want them to be differently, or accepting people for who they are and where they're at, even if I wish they were in a different place or not the way they were. And of course, all this is a reflection of me, like what am I not respecting and accepting in myself. And so this year I'm continually learning about acceptance and accepting all parts of myself. So I am looking forward to the new year, 2018, being a year full of a different vibe, different energy. And I am excited to share with you what my word is next year, but not yet. The year has not happened yet. But I share this video every year because I have found it to be so powerful. You know, I watch it work wonders for not just me, but for other people. So my invitation to you is to tune into your heart. One way I do this is I close my eyes, and I open my heart, I close my eyes, breathe into my heart, and then I just ask, you know, what do I need next year, and what do I want to become next year? What do I need, and what do I want to become? And then I actually write down words. So usually the word is like a state of being. You know, what do I want to be? So think about, like, I chose grace one year, like be grace. That year I actually experienced so much grace in my life when I needed the most. I wanted to be grace for people, and I wanted to experience grace myself, and it happened. Oh my God. And so asking for a particular state or being, way of being, to embody or to allow to assist you in the year to come is usually what I found to be most effective. And I get a pad of paper and I just write down all these words. I brainstorm. I just pick words and I try to find a word that really embodies many words that I really want to be. So I never just want to be one thing. There's always usually like 5 or 6 things and I'm like, oh, I love that word. I want that state of being, that one, that one, that one. And then I ask myself, okay, what is the one word that would embody all the things that I want, you know, and make it doesn't have to be one word. It could be 2 words. It could be hyphenated. The point is just finding something to be kind of your rock or your anchor or your guide or the umbrella to help you through difficult times, because we will have difficult times, and it can help make those moments more enlightening, and you will see a higher purpose for all the struggles and the challenges, which is what the word priestess has done for me this year. It's helping me see the higher perspective. Even when I'm in the clouds, it's reminding me there's a sun there and there's a reason for everything that's happening. So I invite you to choose, my sister Melinda one year called them my B vitamins. So B, like, what are you gonna be this year? You know, you're like taking the grace pill this year, you're taking the priestess pill this year. Like, what are you taking this year that's gonna open your world up to that very thing that you wanna become or you want to help you? So I offer that to you on this beautiful New Year's Eve. I hope you're having a beautiful day, and if you're struggling and suffering, remember, it's all happening for a reason, and you can actually use a beautiful mantra and a prayer to support yourself in seeing another perspective, asking for a miracle. This works for me all the time. I just say, I am willing to see this differently. I am willing to see love instead of this. I am willing to see this differently. I'm willing to see love instead of this. And breathe and get into your body and let your heart lead. Really, like your deepest truth, let that lead. And you will hear it. Sending you all my love. Happy New Year. Bye.